defines us. You a leader, a capitalist, East Coast, West Coast, a city dweller, a urban sprawl? You Christian, Muslim, Mormon, Taoist, Taoist, a learned academician, a self-made man? You a financier, a card-carrying member of the NRA, a right-wing Trumpster, or a bleeding-heart liberal, anarchist, or maybe a fascist? You black, white, Asian, underrepresented? You gay, straight, bi, trans, non-binary? Maybe you're a boomer, a Generation X, or a millennial. You're a privileged elitist or a essential worker. Maybe you're a non-essential business owner. You're a technocrat, a Democrat, a populist, a communist. You're an attorney, a judge, a priest, an evangelist, or a coach. Maybe you're a contrarian, a purist, a scientist, or an artist. An athlete, maybe a gamer. Are you kidding me? Are you limiting me? Who creates these bins of alphabet containers of empty meaning that form a standard operating environment for which we embrace to ensure recurrent separatism, polarization, and discord? I mean, such labels, they're limiters. They're like a fungal contagion whose spores are infecting individuals, nation, and humanity with fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's like we've been shackled into poverty, and reciprocally we've escalated wealth, power, and influence that are now utterly confused by one another. And as a result, both are sending out seismic ripples that have crashed our global economy. And we the people, we bounce around like we're connected to a kite in an ominous windstorm. And I think we're calling enough, at least I am. The crazy but true thing is that we can't untether ourselves from this now floundering, powerful energy that influences our collective and individual mental and emotional fundamentals. We're connected. It's all a part of our authentic reality. I mean, who chooses to perpetuate this level of dysfunction? Who recurrently acts and mobilizes this level of human shallowness and indifference? I mean, which is it? Is it uninterest or is it disinterest? I mean, who purposefully and knowing with intention continues to foster thoughts and actions that will undoubtedly escalate into polarization and discord, and don't begin to change things and try to attempt to reduce. I mean, any lack of action reduces our individual and collective potential, especially those being used as pawns in this coconut game of political posturing and rampant economic debt and gain. It's racism, it's capitalism, it's poverty, it's materialism, it's power, wealth, and influence. And they're all tightly connected, and all of them are involved in coming up with the solution to our most pressing problems. What I want to know is who is going to peel off the short-sightedness of meaningless labels and release our limiters to embrace beauty and creative freedom. For me, that's what Demosophy is, and that's a new domain. We're rising above the noise to see a landscape from the top down and the bottom up. We're leveraging our innate human experience and wisdom to discuss, level set, share, contemplate, ideate, forward. Always forward. Our primary tool set at Demosophy is innate human experience and wisdom, supported by democracy, and authentic capitalism as a ways and means of mending and strengthening our nation's fabric and our individual and collective fabrics in support of growth and expansion for 2020 and beyond. We're revitalizing the true nature of leadership, democracy, and capitalism. And we're going to prove it. We're going to prove it like a firestorm that this nation and the likes of it have never seen. We're going to show authentic American strength when united as we the people, collectively, that we possess this insight and intelligence to actually solve our most pressing challenges. And it'll happen by doing the right things at the right time, because there's no other way. I mean, at Demosophy, we're leaders that are rebooting and reinitializing capitalism under democracy, such that we can operate from its purest and finest sense to prove its ability to operate in the direction of the inherent good. We're leaders sitting at the confluence of science and technology, philosophy and government, religion and spirituality, and innate human experience. Enterprise endeavoring to create, operationalize solutions and mobilize our resources that rise the tides for our nation, which is nothing more than people in pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And we aim to deliver on the promise. We've done it as leaders in our own lives, in our own companies. We've taken it global in a relative sense. And now we need to refocus our efforts and direct with intention in this time of need on America. We're leaders stepping into our greatness. Why am I doing this? Well, why America? Well, by way of America, by way of the world. And I don't say that of conceit or narcissism or being this nationalist that is out of control in my desire to dominate the world. I mean, the seat at present is ours to lose, because at this point, the proverbial shit runs downhill. So we better master and leverage our successes forward and quickly fix our shortcomings. And we've got to get off this weak position that we're trying to make things better. And we better deliver better. We've got to make and deliver better. We have to fix the shitstorm that's been whirling since our conception and move forward with intelligence. Then we can and we will share it with the rest of the world, who is, of course, also struggling with these exact same kind of problems, but their struggle's been going on a whole hell of a lot longer than 400 years. Don't misunderstand my desire of this nationalistic view of America first with a mistake as an uninterest or lack of interest in otherness. But in my 30 years of leading at the forefront of tech, from biotech, telecommunications, health information, and capitalism and globalism, it's always been that we were doing what had never been done before. But we've advanced in our knowledge and our utilization of tech, so things have progressed, and it's very real in how we use it, and in many capacities we're using tech for the good, but there's also some very short-sighted components to it. And it's clear that many individuals do not understand technology and its potential at the level that's necessary for its effective use. And what I believe and why Demosophy is that in every single one of those endeavors of our cutting-edge advancement, there was one commonality, and that was that of massive diversity in high-performing cross-disciplinary collaboration. And I'm thinking that you as leaders in these highest performing potentials have contemplated your existence and the existence in relation to this. from science and technology, governance, religion, and the coalescence of all those things within your own life and experience. Maybe you've seen the same things as innovators in all these capacities. And I think that we've leveraged this power firsthand, and with the diversity that exists within our minds, bodies, and spirits. And I mean, for me, I can say it was true in the tech industry that I've been aligned with from a diversity perspective of race, creed, sexual orientation, age, nationality, geolocation, and experience. And from it, innovative greatness rose, and it continues to be born and proliferate. We created and are evolving the immeasurable and unfathomable. I mean, telecommunications and the information, it's an age. The telecommunications and information age, and it's literally enabled us to reach out and touch someone with high reliability and availability of information anytime, anywhere. It's voice, video, and data fully integrated. It's magic made real. And we need to use these as the ways and means to spread in the direction of greatest good. Because its potential, it's more powerful than nuclear weaponry. And it seeds everything from automation technology and intelligence to biotechnology and health informatics. And we're honestly moving out of and on top of the information and telecommunications age to an application explosion that includes and supports a new era of biotechnological and informatics that has never been seen before. I mean, it's digital everything, including us as humans. Everything literally can be discerned and used. And this is a pretty big deal. It's real, it's global, it's powerful, and it needs to be understood by we the people, because at the end of the day, we are not separate from our creation. So this leads us to the concept of Demosophy and what we do, and it's about knowledge and where it emanates from, and leveraging high-performing cross-disciplinary collaboration to kind of seed and tap it. We encapsulate this into our see, feel, and think tank, and its knowledge set comprises itself in white papers, essays that form our positions around a set of fundamentals, and those fundamentals are safety, security, health, wealth, and influence, and capitalism in its finest sense. In our works, it includes very much connected to digital rights and privacy and security, and concurrently, Demosophy focuses on building a mediation layer like we did when we transitioned from analog to digital, from digital to fully integrated voice, video, and data in the telecommunication side. And this mediation layer seams the top down and the bottom up. So the top from a governance and the bottom of day in the life use scenarios of technological or technology use in the day in the life of the American citizen, which we all are. So this in turn operationalizes itself in Edutainment 2.0 curriculum that forms and informs our advanced educational vehicles. And this takes shape again in our top-down, bottom-up productions arm of our business. These productions are directed to those that have been on the periphery of technological advancement over the past 30 years. So when you think about it, that's a big target. I mean, unless you were engaged at the cloud development and internet capability, you've been using tech as a user rather than a developer. And so our advanced educational vehicle touches on all these constituent parts of technology and how they're used. And so the near-term focus that we have is encapsulated in productions, white papers, essays that form and inform advanced educational vehicles that touch on about 4 or 5 primary bins, which are in a little bit more detail understanding telecommunications. It discusses man's oldest technology. What is it? What types of communication? How does it flow in us and around us? And how do we optimize it to shore up our own individual and collective structural integrity? And then workforce ennoblement programs, and these are directed and in collaboration with large enterprise and institutions. And these are constructs that are to assist in supporting essential workers in their ability to survive and thrive and perceive and be perceived as valued assets that are essential assets to the American fabric. And then workforce virtualization, and this hits on our anytime, anywhere accessibility in client services and support realms. And this acts to bring jobs back into the United States. It increases reliability and value and quality, as well as it puts people to work and further fosters affordable living and growth and expansion in some of our second and third tier markets. And then the fourth one is building strength, and that is primarily targeted towards youth, parents, caregivers, and schools, but it's also multifaceted in its leverage of this support of revitalization of truth in advertising, or maybe it would be thought of as realization of actual value. And then together, this is strength through wisdom in athletics that is really, to strengthen youth, but also the leader in us all. Common to all of our endeavors in Demosophy is our desire to articulate insights that hold the promise for rendering lasting solutions to our world's most pressing problems. That's why I personally find this so revolutionary, if I may say so myself, because we clearly have a boatload of problems that need to be solved, and honestly, they all have solutions. And we definitely lack a forum for collaboration that brings solutions to life. And now we as leaders, we have a forum through Demosophy. We have a framework to contemplate, to ideate, share, and even educate. So, more so that we can even take the ball and run with solutions, in support of people and Americans. And we have the ability to seed and fund growth and expansion. Now as leaders benefiting from these markets that we have been tapping, we can give back. We can give back even potentially more than what we've taken by sharing our knowledge, insights, and our wares in support of building strong fundamentals. At Demosophy, we take a position that showcases capitalism and its leadership in the finest sense, and it directs it and its energy as a tide that will rise all boats. And it brings joy and newness to leaders who were made for more than just pushing ticker symbols and versioning the next, software release. Don't get me wrong. That has to continue. Our economy has to continue to grow and expand, and these solutions need to further evolve and prosper. So I'm not saying anybody should drop the ball on that. I would just believe that we can do more. And we can do more now. And I hope you join me. That you have a desire in leadership in the direction of the inherent good, and that you have contemplated life in the fullest sense, and you see clarity. I hope you look more learn more. Check out demosophy.com.